Assalamualaikum, my name is Sumi Kalsum binti Muhammad Nasir and we are from Group 5 with our topic Scarce Resources. In simple words, scarcity means there is insufficient amount of numbers of resources to obtain, or we can say that there is a limitation of availability resources to fulfill the human's need and requirements. Understanding the concept of scarcity, just the first part of learning on whether that scarcity is solvable or life-threatening. Hence, the main issue that we want to address is about the water depletion or water scarcity that happens due to the human action and the environment changes. Water systems are becoming increasingly stressed because of several factors such as pollution, climate change, agriculture, and population growth. FOMCA also addresses multiples of factors such as mismanagement, pipe leakage, logging activities that leads to water scarcity. Therefore, our group today will share about the roots of incident, the issues, and also the implication of water depletion. Okay, Malaysia has an abundance of water resources. However, this country is still facing an uprising demands for water in the recent years. So, an ineffective and limited water management will cause to water cuts, water loss, and water shortage. Refer back to the case during 2020 October, 177 areas in Klang Valley affected due to the water cuts, which caused 120,000 households in trouble for about 23 hours. People will keep questioning why water disruption frequently happens, and they are concerned to know the update whether the follow-up is done by the respective minister, and they also want to know the action taken towards the culprit that caused the disruption. Factors that cause the limited water management is by not having a proper studies of environmental impact assessment EIA on the development projects, and also the lack of transparency in reviewing the water privatization project in all states. This leads to the next root of water depletion, which is unorganized management.
The next factor of water depletion is due to unorganized management. One of the issues that occur because of unorganized management is non-review water issue. NRW is water that is generated and purified but is lost along the road to customer home owing to a variety of causes such as malfunctioning water meters, water thief, or illegal water pipe connection, and some more. A high rate of NRW implies inadequate water management since it can result in excessive water loss and financial loss, resulting in a greater spending or to fulfill a country water demand. For example, the water wastage in the industrial agriculture sector, as well as high rate of NRW, recorded an average of 40% when the volume given does not match the invoice amount. Unauthorized consumption might be identified. Other than that, Marimutu in New Straits Times also highlight that the high non-revenue water rate in Malaysia has led to water shortage in the country. Lastly, good management need to be available with great strategies and effective legislation. Proper water management, application of excellent policies, and successful laws will eventually result in proper water resource management. The other factor that leads to the root incident of water scarcity, as in the article that is the reference of our group, is due to the poor and or even no communication at all. Problem cannot be solved without clear communication. Authorities need to get closer to the community, communicate about the problem, give them reassurance of settlement regarding the issue, and then discuss and think of the solution, give the final words to the parties that are supposed to be involved in the carrying out the task in curbing the problem. Not only that, users also have to be equally helpful in communicating about problem, not just by keeping quiet. They need to know the steps that can be taken in order to communicate with the parties that are involved, such as how to make a complaint, where to make it, and so the issue is reached to the authorities and alert them to act, because the sooner action is to be taken, the sooner the problem will be resolved. After taking steps such as making complaint and so on, the pupil must track the progress of the complaint and The authority have to give remarks that they knew and they are working on it, or else people do not know and assume that their authorities are doing nothing to solve the problem. For example, you can see the water supply issue in Klang, Shah Alam and Petaling. The status of water supply recovery will update from time to time.
Next is about a relevant issue. The first issue is a pipe leaks or a burst pipe. A pipe leak is allowing a small amount of water to flow out consistently, while for the burst pipe is a wide open area that allow water to flow freely from it. In Malaysia, rising national water demand and climate change restress the country's water resource. Although the government has implemented a various incentive program to reduce non-water resources and RW loss, but the loss rate is still worrying. However, the water industry in Malaysia is stuck with the problem of inefficient water management. Water management inefficiencies have allowed water loss through a pipe leaks to reach as high as 50% in Pahang, while the national average is currently 35%, almost 3 times that of the developed country as estimated by the World Bank, but not up to the government target for NRW to 25% by 2020. Next, the second issue is high water daily consumptions. Water consumptions is the portions of water used that is not returned to its natural water resource after being withdrawn, and also is no longer available for the reuse. In 2013, the average daily water consumption of Malaysia was 210 liters, while in 2014, the average daily water consumption is increased by 2 liters, which means 212 liters. Only 30% of water consumption is used for actual use such as cooking and also drinking, while the rest is only for the facilities such as car washing, pool washing and laundry. Also in 2019, about 6.82 billion litre of consumer water is used in Malaysia every day for domestic needs. Malaysia records an increase of 1 billion litre per day in meters water used for the domestic use compared to 2012.
Firstly, from all the incident that occurs in the above explanation, we'll treaten the water supply for daily consumption. Clean water is very important to a daily lifestyle because clean water is the main resource for human beings and the environment. Moreover, the implication can bring many negativity to the health of water consumers. For example, to start the day, a person needs to take shower to be prepared for the whole day. Animals also might get virus from an unclean water. Plus, the countries that are facing water supply problems are Libya, Western Sahara, Yemen, and it is from the Symmetrics 2015 data. Lastly, a country like United States also can having a water supply problem because there are too many urbanization and also there are too many construction and human activities that happen in their country. The next expected implication that can be gotten from human activities is a polluted river. According to the Department of Environment, written in the NSTP 2019, there are more than 500 rivers in Malaysia, while it is decreased to 400 rivers during the early of 2019. This data shows that the river was polluted. According to Chang 2012, the real problem is when the rivers are polluted continuously because 98% of water comes from rivers. This problem has been proven by the outrage of a community who lives in a densely populated area such as in Klang, Selangor, where there was huge water shortage during late 2020. Industrial zones lack of deep negligence as in Batang Benar River. Pollution due to human activities in economics is also another example. It is again the activity of humans that could not be controlled by responsible body will later bring a negative impact that might be a huge problem for the environment.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shafiq Shamidin Manasin, and I am the next presenter that will represent about the next point of expected implication, which is threatened wildlife species. As you know, many river lakes and waterways dry up or become too contaminated to use. Thus, more than half of the wetland in the globe have vanished. Climate change is making the world's weather changing, also to water patterns, and creating scarcity and drought and flooding in some part of the world. This is destabilizing system to our world that make all things not in order. This is because some people doing logging activities, for example in water catchment areas like Ulmudir Forest in Sik. Plus, lot of jungle exploration activities that we often hear about now through social media or on TV. For relating the current debate issues, which is the exploration of Lake Chini that have been affected many people also to the wildlife species. There are some species that badly affected and some witness it that there is no more wildlife on the area which the fish species such as jalawat, cleaser and belida are currently hard to see. So for the next point is conclusion. The problem of lack of water as a hard issue is said to cause various problems faced by various parties. As we know, with our own general knowledge, all living things are critically needed water in the mind to survive. But still at certain places in Malaysia are currently demanding the source of water, and we are usually heard on news and social media that state of Selangor are usually affected the water resources. It is no wonder that the public are demanding for need of water supply. This is because our rain catchment area has been explored and there is no more to collect the source of water from the rain. So we need to realize and stop the logging activities. Thank you, and that's all from us.